and welcome to Little Workroom Crafts. My name is Davina and I live in the southeast coast of the UK. Today is Wednesday the 1st of July 2020. Wow, I said to my other half last night before we went to bed, because he's on earlies, and I said please try not to, phone me up in the morning because it's Wednesday. I am going to be doing my podcast. So this is take 2. I just got through the introduction, and what did he do? He rang up and I answered and he went, oh damn, I'm not supposed to ring, am I? What are we going to do with them, eh? Just what are we going to do with them? Righty ho, let's go. I don't know, he's a one, he really is. Okay, so unfortunately we haven't made the 500 yet, but I will keep you informed. As soon as we hit the 500, then there is going to be a special giveaway. Okay, what's been happening here in the southeast coast of the UK? Well, there's been a lot of crafting as usual, as you could imagine. The weather's a bit funny today. It's like it goes sunny and then cloudy and then it's very humid. So it's a funny old day, funny old day today. So, before I forget, where you can find me is going to be down in the description box, because I always forget that one. Dear me. Oh gosh. Okay, now being serious, what I'm thinking of doing is actually start recording on a weekly basis, because these are just getting too long. And I always, right from the beginning, I said I wanted small, shorter videos, and because I do a lot of different crafts, they're becoming too long. So I'm thinking I might do little shorter ones on a weekly basis. So like 1 week I might not have any finished objects or nothing like that, but I'll just pop on, even if it's just for 10 minutes, and say hi, this is my progress, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it will be on a weekly basis, but we'll see how we go. I have just got to say, my lovely friend Hill, that I have met, through Instagram, has sent me over a link this morning, and I messaged her back saying, do you think it would be okay if I mention this on my podcast, because I'm recording today, and she reckoned her friend would be very much delighted. Now, I have actually linked it over onto my stories on Instagram. So if anybody, please go over there and actually have a look. And then there's the link to Ellie. It's not Ellie from Craft House Magic. It's Hill's friend, Ellie. What she is doing, she actually works for the NHS. Please, she's trying to do what's called Plastic Free July, because she is sharing a suggestion or a tip to encourage others to join in to Plastic Free July. Good luck, Ellie, and we're all behind you. Okay then, so on today's podcast, there is going to be some crochet, there is going to be some knitting and some cross stitch. Now we'll hop right in, I think, and the crochet is, I have finished a blanket. So let's get the blanket. As you know, I've been crocheting the blanket. Oh yeah, here it is. I think then, what did I do with it? Out of this book, okay, which is Great New Ways with Granny Squares. It's a search press, it's by Rosa P. Okay, just got there, Rosa P. Okay, now the actual blanket that I followed, let's go over to here it is. Oh, no, it's not. I beg your pardon. Here we go. Is the patchwork throw. There we go. And as I said previously on another episode, is that it's charts in the book. But I do know that my friend Caroline, who is a brilliant crocheter, she has got the copy of this in one of the magazines, and I actually had a quick look, and it looks like that's actually been written. So there is a written instructions out there, but as I say, in this book it is chart. Okay, now originally there was supposed to be, I think, 77 squares in a blanket. Now these are going to be for Glenn's nieces for Christmas, and they're only little dots. They're at school, they're both at school, but they're only little dots, you know, they're at primary school. So I thought this, the size of 77 blocks, and because of the actual way that every square is done, it's very dense and quite thick, and they're going to be so heavy for those little ones. So what I've done is I've actually done like half of the rows, because there was supposed to be 11 rows, and I've done, let's have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, that's it. So I did 7 rows of the, oh gosh, 1 2 3 4 5, that's it, 7 for 5 I did. So I did 35 squares rather than the 77, and then I made up my own border. And then the edging of the bobbles I have actually got from another pattern we'll talk about in a minute, but let me show you the actual blanket. Let me see if I can get up. Ooh, sorry. I am so pleased with the way this has turned out. As I say, it is extremely large, but they're gonna love it, and that's all done in Stylecraft. They're special DK. But what I'm going to do is I have actually taken a photograph, and I'm going to pop it in here. Okay, so that's it all laid out, and Glenn got above it for me and took a photograph of it going down. So yeah, they're going to love them. So I've got one more to do, and I was actually worried in case I was going to get these done before Christmas, but I'm having a bit of a break now, because I'm, as you all I've said before, I'm left-handed, but I crochet right-handed. The old wrist hurts. I know I normally wear a protector on there, but I've got to give it a bit of a break. Right then, so the actual border is Granny's. Now I love Granny clusters, I always have. In between here I just bought a little DC with chain just to break up the colours a bit, because the actual button together, as you have seen there, look, I put it together in grey, a silver. And then after I put them together here, with this bit here is a it's a treble, but I wrapped it around the post, and then I started with the granny, and then on the outside I put these bobbles. Now I love these bobbles, I've used these a lot, and these actually are off of I'll take it out here, this pattern here. Now I got this pattern when it came out in 2014, and I've made a few of these. I still use mine. I've made one for my daughter, and I've made them for friends and so on, and it is from Sandra at Cherry Heart, and that is her granny Christmas tree skirt. It is so much fun to make, it really is. So, and you just go over to her shop, and it's over there. It's a bought pattern, but the bobbles are so easy to make. I can't show you that bit, but just there is picture. I can't, there you go. There is pictures as well, how to do the bobble after you've done the skirt and so on. But it's so much fun, and it's a brilliant edging, and I think the girls are going to love it around their blankets. I really, really do. So yeah, so it's Granny's Christmas tree, and it is the skirt, and it's by Sandra Cherry Heart. I would definitely recommend the pattern, not only for obviously the tree skirt, but for the border as well, because the bobbles are so much fun to make, so much fun, and they're easy to work. You know, it's easy to work out on, you know, button it round. But I'm so pleased with this. It's heavy at this size. So yeah, so I've got it's all out of stash. I'm getting through the Stylecraft special, and I think after I've made the next one, and then with what I've got left in my Stylecraft special, because I've got a lot of darker colours, because obviously I've picked the brighter colours for the girls, I will be just making a really large granny blanket, really, just to finish it all off. I think that is what I'm going to do, and then hopefully I'm going to have more room to fill, probably. Anyway, okay, so definitely would recommend that. Now, for the ones that actually follow me on Instagram, you will know that I have frogged my scrappy cardigan I was making, the long line by Huki Okatelli. As you know, I got down to doing the waist, and I was going up to the hips, and I said to Glenn, I said, I'm going to just try this on. And I tried it on, and it just didn't feel right. It fitted, I will say. It had a beautiful fit, but I just didn't like it. I don't know why. The collar, I don't know. There was just something that I did not feel comfortable about. And I said to Glenn, I said, I know it's a lot of weeks and hours of work. I said, but I'm going to frog it. And he went, oh, he said, well, if you're not happy with it. I said, well, I'm not going to wear it if I'm not happy with it. So anyway, I didn't do it the day after, I don't think. And I think the day after that, I think I did leave it a day. And I thought, right, I got up in the morning, had my breakfast, got washed, got dressed. And I thought, right, come on, you've made your decision. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it. So anyway, I got the cardigan out, took it off the needle. I think that's the hardest part. I really do. It's taking the needles off. You know, once you've taken the needles off, it's done. It's just getting them needles and the cable and everything out of the garment. And then I started winding, and I was fine. And then, as you all know, I said after I finished that, I was going to do the breathing space jumper anyway. So I came up here and had a look in my stash. And I know I didn't have enough yarn in stash for the main colour. But I've come up with an idea. I have. So, and as you can imagine, I have already started. Right. So what I'm doing is, let me see. I know I don't bother with photocopying the, oh yeah, I'll be able to do it, with photocopying the actual pictures, because to me it's a waste of ink really, because all I need is the instructions. So let's go. So, and this is the Breathing Space by Veera Valimaki. I do like her patterns. Right, let's go down to here. Right, so as you can see on this picture here, you've got the yoke, and the yoke is to here, stripes, and then you've got your stripes on your sleeves, and then the bit here on the bottom is like a twist, because one side of the jumper is longer than it kind of goes like that. You know, like that. It'd be better, wouldn't it? Okay, so what I've done is I've brought some yarn for the main colour, and I had a skein of a beautiful pink fleck, which I will say who I got this through all from in a minute. So I've done the yoke. Well, I'm doing the yoke in this pink, the sleeves in this pink, but the twist around the body, I'm doing in my magic ball. So it saved me on yarn, and I still get to use my magic ball. Okay, so the main colour I did get from the Wool Warehouse, because I do like, where is it? It is the Cascade Yarns Heritage 220, and it is their 75-25, and I'm trying to see. Oh, I thought I had a colour on there. Oh, its colour is 5744. Okay, now this colour is absolutely beautiful. I am enjoying every minute of this, and I don't know if it's going to catch it, pick it up, but in there is let's put that behind there. It's got like purples. It's different. There it is. You just see it there, I think. Different purples in there. Well, not purples, they're like pinky purples. It is beautiful. I love Cascade 220. I really do. And I thought, well, I got an extra skein because I thought, well, I don't want to get caught out. And then, you know, if I have an extra one, it'll be a pair of socks anyway, and that'll match. So win-win in my opinion. So this is how far I've got. As I said, I am going to carry on with this bit, which is the yoke, and then when I start doing the bit of the body, that is all going to be done with my magic ball. This was my cardigan. Okay, I have taken some of the colors out because I thought, well, you know, they're not going to go, but I think that around that body is going to look really, really smart. And I get my scrappiness in there. Now, the actual pink fleck is from, now I have kept all my labels because I like doing that. Now this is, wow, I'm sure I got this from Ellie at Craft House Magic when she first started dyeing her yarn. I'm sure it is. I know I did buy one from her. I know I've got her over the rainbow because I love that, and I've already knitted that. But I'm sure this was one of the ones that when she first started dyeing. And this is her Strawberry Fields Forever. So I don't know if she still does it. I don't know. I should have looked really. But Strawberry Fields Forever, and this is a 75-25 again. And it's 425 meters. So this is, as I've said, going to be the yoke, the sleeves, stripe, and then this is going to be the twist of the body. All different colours, and they kind of all blend in with the bluey purple. So I am enjoying this so much. I really am. I had to order some more needles. I had to get the 80 centimetre because normally I try and do my garments on 60 centimetres, and I thought, no, I'm going to do everything properly this time. And I got them because I do like my chargoos. Yep, my chargoos, and I've got the other one on here obviously, and it's from Woolstack. I know, no, they're not chargoos. What on earth am I saying? They're addies. I like my addies. Dear me, I was thinking chargoos. No, my addies, and I do get these from Woolstack. They're very good. Normally you put an order in and they're with you within a couple of days. Easy. You know, I even put one in for one set and they arrived the next day, you know what I mean? So they're really, really good. And I do love the addies because my issue is with some needles is the fact that it's the connection between the needle and the cable. Now I find with the Knit Pro, oh, what are they called? Oh, I have to put it down there. I can't remember. It's one of the Knit Pros that you've got like a ridge when you go up from the cable, and when you're doing a garment you're pushing those stitches against that ridge all the time, and I don't think it does any good to the actual stitches and the garment itself. So what I'm trying to do is everything that I'm like casting on or knitting, I am getting the addies, as I say, because it just flows. There's no catch, no nothing. And I do like the rounded needles because I don't get a hole in my finger. So I'm nearly there actually with replacing. I've been replacing them for a little while now. So Knit Pro, Zings, that's them, Zings. So yeah, I do find there's a little bit of a ridge. So, you know, I'm trying to replace them with my addies every now and again. Okay, so I am hyper excited about this and I can't wait now because I've actually done all that, as you can see on the actual sweater. Let's get it there. I have done all of the sleeve joining. I did all that last night. I've got to do a few more rounds and then I start with my magic ball. I'm so excited. Unfortunately though, I was very lucky with this one. It caked up not too bad, but with my wool winder, Glenn brought me that a few years ago for my birthday, and that was about 5-6 years ago, maybe more. And it's starting to, now when I'm doing it, it's starting to slip. And I did say, he said, we'll get a new one. I said, well, what I might do is actually save and get one of those beautiful wooden ones, because, you know, how often am I going to, by the time I keep on replacing the plastic ones, I might as well just, you know, save up and get yourself a wooden one. And that's why this has actually been bought, because I did try and do this because the actual Cascade 20 comes in skeins, you see. So I had it all up on my Swift and it just slipped so badly that I had to wind it up in a ball in the end, because the middle just wouldn't come out at all. So yeah, I hopefully, you know, I will have something to show in the future on that one. But that is the ball. I don't know if you can actually see the colours in that. No, it's It is darker than that, but you can see the different purples and pinks, and it's beautiful and lovely to knit with. So yes, I will definitely be sharing the progress on my breathing space, because I am loving every minute of it. So it was sad that I had to unpick my long line, but it weren't meant to be. That's the way I look at it. It weren't meant to be. So I was meant to cast that one on earlier. Okay then, right then, so quickly let's go into the cross stitch. Now I have been so boom on my cross stitch. Okay, I have actually got done. Now let's go back. These are the from, oh my gosh, Hands-on Design Celebrations of the Year, I think it's called, because I've got the pattern downstairs. So you see June, I'm sure you see June finished last month. Now I've done July. Now in the pattern you actually get the version of doing a Canadian July, because in July there is what they call Canada Day, or it's the she's given obviously the 4th of July for Independence Day for America. And I thought, well, you know, I haven't actually got any connections with the American one, but luckily Kathy had actually brought on a version of the Canadian, and because I lived in Canada, in Alberta for 2 years in the 90s, I thought, well, you know, that is kind of my connection. So what I did is I've bought here 1993 and 1995, and that was the year it was my ex-husband and my lovely daughter arrived, and that is 1995 is when we came back to England. And what a 2 years, that's all I can say. Absolutely enjoyed every minute of it. So I thought, well, I'll do that, and then August is done. I think that's so pretty. I love the colours and the little quilt there, and these little ones here are the little ants. I just love the detail. And I've got September halfway done. I'm hoping to get that finished either today or tomorrow. Then my favourite ones, I've got October, which is obviously Halloween. Yes, what am I thinking? Halloween. November is, now yet again, Kathy have given the two. Thanksgiving. Now there's, because obviously Canada have a different Thanksgiving to America. So I can't quite decide what to do, because I celebrated Thanksgiving in Canada for 2 years, but the American one I like. So what I might do is I might take elements from both of them and make my own up. That's what I'm thinking. And then obviously I've got December, so I'm more than halfway over. I'm well in advance, because obviously we've just hit July today and I'm already halfway through September. And September's really cool because it's kind of it's like the going back to school. So you've got a little wise owl and you've got books, and so brilliant, and the colorways are brilliant. So what I've done to prepare is, because I've shown you me wood and everything, is I've cut 12. This is, oh, what's it called? Oh, it's what you use to go around frames. Oh, I can't remember. Right, so I've cut 12 of those. So my little, with wadding underneath, they will all be wrapped round there like that. And then I have cut 12 of the bigger size, like so. And then these will have a fabric that's relating to the cross stitch on, but I'm thinking of putting just like a square of felt on the back just to cover up, because I think, you know, and then that will be put on there like that, because I think like so, you know, I'd like to see me fabric, but I'm going to edge it with like bubbles or a bit of string or something like that, you know. I'll fancy it up like I do, excuse me excuse me, like I do my other ones. But I've already started collecting fabric. So say for instance for June, I've got this fabric with all seaside on and upside down. So, you know, that will go around the outside of that, and I think them colours will go really well. So, you know, I've already got some bits and bobs. I'm trying to get one with the sunflower on. I haven't been able to get that yet. I've got a Halloween. It would be nice for the July one, with the Canadian July, to get one with bears on or something like that. But what I'm going to have to do, I think, is, because obviously I'm still off work, because you know, my condition and everything, I'm still indoors. So but the shop I do work at is open, but only part-time hours and with skeleton staff. So what I'm thinking of doing is emailing our Debs, my lovely friend Debs, emailing her and send her the pictures of the cross stitches that I haven't got, and then let her, you know, I trust her with anything to do with this because we work so well together with stuff like this. And then let her pick some bits, because let's face it, all I need is enough to cover that. So even 20 centimeters would be enough, 8 inches. So and then she'll be able to match up, because I know, because I do the ordering normally at work, and I know that there is a Lewis and Irene with little bears on it. So, and I also know as well that there's one which is another Lewis and Irene with all little scarecrows and pumpkins on, which would be really good for the for fall, you know, for the autumn one. So what I'll do is I think I'm going to as I say, email them over to her and let her pick the bits, let her cut me 20 centimeters, and then get work to post them down to me. I'm thinking with the Wise Owl one that I've got on downstairs, which this one goes with upside down day to day. This one goes with, and it matches the colours. And with April, where is April? There we go. So there's April with the brolly and everything. I've got either, I can't decide whether to go with the green or with the blue. I can't decide. Let me know what you think, eh? See what you think. Do you reckon the green or the blue? The green does look good. I don't know. Let me know what you think anyway. So, you know, I have got some already in, you know, matching ready, but I can see these being finished really soon, which I can't wait. So I am actually really getting there. I haven't actually looked through my Christmas lot yet, because obviously I'm going to need one for December, and then I need a winter one, which I do keep with my Christmas, for January. So, and obviously February is going to be hearts. March, that is going to be the one. Sorry, because I need something to do with St. Patrick's Day, really, or Ireland. So I'm gonna have to see what, like shamrocks would be really good or something like that. Anyway, when I actually do get some more fabrics that matches them all up, I'll let you know. Okay, so I think that's all my works that I've done. Oh, I have just quickly been doing a little bit sorry, that's this blooming hay fever. Been doing a little bit of the English paper piecing, and I do have 4 of the 6 curves finished. And just to recap, this is the whirligig pattern from Lena Patchwork, my friend Nancy. And as you all know, I'm doing this, but I'm doing it as a quilt. I'm doing blocks rather than making it into a cushion. So that is coming along nicely. Sorry. Okay then, right. So, not last weekend, but the weekend before, in the evening, there was a knock on the door. And I thought, oh gosh, you know, very, very rarely have a knock on our door. And something came through the letterbox. So by the time I'd found the front door key and I got to the door, it was 2 of my bosses. It was Deanna and Trevor, bless them. And I don't know if you watch, but if you do, hi. I do miss you guys. And my lovely friend Debbie that I just mentioned, we, you know, right from the day that I started working there 13 years ago, we just clicked, me and Debs, and we've been to quilt shows together, we've organised coach trips together, we've had days out, you know, and she is a pleasure to be with. And Deanna turned around and she says, Debbie's asked me to bring down your your birthday present, obviously because no one could see me in April. And my gosh, she is a clever lady, an extremely clever lady. I have got to ask her if she actually did use a pattern for this. I will definitely let you know. If not, I can see that she's made this up personally because she is just that clever. But I'm going to show you what she got me. Well, made me, I should say. Look at this. It's all padded, so it's like, pin cushion, as well as this pin cushion here. The detail is the lace. And then on here, she got me, one of me is a sew line, and it's the brown permanent pen that I use for my, it's a really, really small nib. And you use this for marking out your stitcheries, because the thread, 2 threads is thick enough to cover that, and also it just covers up the brown. It's really weird. And then obviously another, bless her old fub blade, because I do get through a load of those. And then in here there's a cat bookmark, because we're both very avid readers, because normally what I read I'll pass on, or vice versa. And we got in at work the new Pilot friction pens, so she got me one of those in there. And then on this side, look, is a big ring for where I like to store all my skeins for my cross stitch. A beautiful pair of matching little polka dot scissors. And here, look, she's made to hold my needles. I just think it's so, I just sat and looked at this for hours. And then here is a little notebook in this side, and that's obviously Harry Potter, because she knows I love my Harry Potter. So that's there. And also there was 2 extra Harry Potter books. And yeah, it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it's so handy where I'm just sitting there doing my stitching or my cross stitch or my EPP, and I just pop my needles in here, and it's just brilliant. But I will definitely find out if, oh, and also as well, this pin cushion unpins from the button on the top. Clever. She's thought of everything. As I say, I've got an idea that she's probably made this up, but don't hold me to that, because it seems to be like, it's like Debbie's work, if you know what I mean. It's like, yeah, I really do think that she's probably made this up. But I am going, I will be talking to her very soon, because we are keeping in touch. And I will definitely find out if it is a pattern. I'll let you know. Or if it isn't a pattern, I'm going to say to her, you want to make a pattern. Because it is brilliant. I absolutely love it. So now I can use it. I want to keep it like this, because this is literally how it came, in a beautiful bag, all wrapped up in tissue, and beautiful. So now I can take this downstairs and use this when I'm doing my cross stitch. I just think it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You're a clever lady, Debs. Okay then, right then, I think that's everything today. It is. So as I say, bear with me. I'm thinking of doing a little short ones every week. If you'd like that, then let me know. Let me know what you think about that. And because I like them when they're short and sweet, to be honest. I really do. I think they're a little bit better. Okay then, so I'm off now, and hope everybody have a brilliant week, and fingers crossed I will see you next Wednesday. And take care, stay safe, happy crafting. Bye.